Hi, Dave Center here. It's February the 27th, 2014. Okay, this is how it started, how this all started. Watch. Deepest place on Earth, video, how the Earth was made. This part right here, where they say this, then show the moon. Watch, just watch.
The seafloor drops down another 2 miles to its lowest point, a staggering 7 miles beneath the waves. Scientists had discovered the deepest part of the oceans. Even today, it is the lowest known point on the planet. They named this part of the trench the Challenger Deep, in honor of the ship that discovered it.
To get a sense of just how deep trenches are, if we take the height of Mount Everest, we would still have about a mile of water above us before we get to the ocean's surface.
But how the Marianas Trench was formed remained a mystery. Investigators decided the best way to find...
Okay, so you've seen that, right? It remained a mystery to this day. What created the Marianas Trench? And they show the moon. Now, why in the fuck would you show the moon? You're talking about the ocean. Sorry about my language, but I mean, why would you show the moon when you're talking about the deepest place on Earth? Then what I did was I went to Google Earth and I looked. I've never really paid attention to the Marianas Trench. I never looked at the Earth very much at all. I wasn't even into this at all, not at all. Believe me, I didn't know half the areas that I know now. I'm not even. I looked at the Marianas Trench, people. Now, do you see something do you see something that's pretty obvious there? I mean, I see something pretty fucking obvious. Now, when they say the moon, or when they show the picture of the moon, when they're saying that, and they're talking about the deepest place on Earth, and then you go to Google Earth and you see this, whoa, what the hell do you think? It looks like the size of the moon to me. Right there, right? That's what I thought, too. And then, like, a little while later, I saw this. Whoa, holy shit. Another big-ass circle that looks like about the size of the moon. Man, what's going on here? That started the whole thing. And I'll admit, when I first started doing it, I was way off on a lot of overlays, but the weather cleared that all up. The weather shows you so much. Let's just go. Oh, excuse me, I got heartburn really bad right now. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you won't see this kind of weather on Google Earth no more, but you see there's so many circular patterns that size in the weather. Isn't that amazing? I mean, there's one here, there's one here, and you go over here to North America, and you'll see one here. Look at that perfect one. That's the same thing. Here's another one, right here. Amazing. Here's another one, right here. And plus all the other ones I've shown you. If you look at the moon after you see this, and then you start looking at the moon, and you start seeing how big the crater. I mean, you got to think about it. And then you start putting the craters over the Earth to match the weather patterns. You learn the size. You learn the true size of the moon, and you also learn how much bullshit people will believe. I don't know how did I explain it? Okay, check it out. Here's the deal. When you go to school, schools were basically invented by the elite back in the old days, right? They figured if they could get the kids in school and teach them what they wanted them to learn, right? Whatever, so on and so on. Okay, so let's take 9/11 for example. The 9/11 history. When kids in school, when they learn history about 9/11, if they do, they may not even teach it. I have no idea, but if they do teach that in part of history, what do you think that history is going to say about 9/11? It's going to say Bin Laden attacked with all these other guys and all, right? Is that not bullshit or what? Or do maybe you believe that Bin Laden did it? If so, then they've got you. See, because they want all the kids to be somewhat of a dumbass, because Anybody that believes that Bin Laden did it is a dumbass in my eyes. And then when they're teaching your kids that, they're teaching them a prescribed knowledge. They're teaching them prescribed knowledge. This is what you get to know. And if you don't know that, if you don't think that way or whatever, you know what I'm saying? They prescribe the knowledge to the children in school. They're going to teach 9/11 the way they want to, and it's not going to be nowhere near the truth. So basically, they can do the same thing with the moon. Okay, you think they couldn't get away with it? They could get away with it. Yeah, they could. They've been doing it forever. They've been doing it forever, people. Look at all the history. You look at all history. Really, none of it's really true. Not the way that it's written. I'm sure in reality, history was so much different than the way they write it down. I mean, if you want to believe that they wrote it down accurately, they wrote it down to be best for the American government, to make them look the best, make America look really awesome and everything. And America is awesome, but you know what I'm saying. That you know what they do, so they could get away with it. And let me just tell you this: just about every documentary about the Earth, you'll see them show the moon just like that, but sometimes bigger, sometimes. But they will always show the moon in documentaries about the Earth, whether they're talking about it or not. So, anyways, I just want to point that out. That's how it all started. Now you can kind of see where I'm coming from, I hope. So, anyways, have a good day.